Despite the yellow-crowned night heron's unheronish preference for crustaceans over fish, and its unheronly short, thick bill, it is a heron through and through. Like most of them, it hunts by stealth. And like most of them, it sometimes appears to be slacking off on the job, standing where the prey might be, but not even looking down. It isn't daydreaming, though. Any heron can hunt without looking down because a heron's eyes angle downward, letting it see what's below it without eye-catching jerks that would spook the prey. And while we're looking at the head, take a gander at what that bird can swallow. If you put a slab of meat that big down your throat, it would kill you. But the yellow-crowned, like all herons, has a gullet made of silly putty. And if a fish or a crayfish claw sticks a bit on the way down, the heron just swallows a few extra times. This one doesn't need the Heimlich maneuver. Now, herons are birds with small heads atop slender necks that can fold into hide-a-beds. Even the giraffe goofy ones can be curled up like coiled snakes. When you see a heron all hunched up like that, you'd never suspect the power hiding there. Other wading birds may have long necks, but theirs are not spring-loaded. Instead, they're often paired with bills that arrive a quarter of an hour before they do, so they can reach down to the water to sweep the head back and forth. But heron necks have a special elongated vertebra that's capable of turning in place, tilting backward and down. And that extra long vertebra has room for extra muscle attachments. See the bulge at the crook? That great blue didn't swallow an ostrich egg. That's a knot of muscle. So a heron can coil its neck like a spring, then catapult it forward. Now the yellow-crowned does have a longer neck than some herons, but not long enough for it to fold into that steel cable S-curve we see on great egrets and great blue herons. Nevertheless, the special vertebra is in there. If you doubt it, don't you love that predatory wiggle? If you doubt it, just watch the bird strike. Have you ever seen a heron do what I call its Michael Jackson routine? That's what I think of anyway when one of them shakes all over and then stretches its neck. Actually, the let it all hang out business is the finish of their toilettes. Herons live in a muddy, often slimy habitat, so cleanup is important. Can't have our feathers getting so waterlogged that we can't fly, can we? Herons are able to get at the grime in their plumage because of special feathers on the breast and pelvis. The ends of these powder-down feathers, as they're called, disintegrate into a fine talc powder that the heron uses to absorb oils and slime in its plumage. Herons even have one claw that's barbed for raking through the powder-down feathers to break the ends into talc. Once the ends are loose and powdery, they gather their dry shampoo from there and spread it around. And after they're done grooming, they often shake all over to get rid of the excess powder and properly line up the now clean, dry feathers. Such beautiful plumage ought always to look its best, right? Pardon me if, after I praise the elegant plumage of the heron, the next thing I show you is their scrawny feet and legs. Well, what can I say? The heron wears Nikes with its ball gown. But so what if the lower extremities don't enhance its fashion statement? No heron would trade them, because the slightly webbed, spidery toes distribute its weight to keep it from bogging down in mud. Pulling a stuck foot loose with a sucking snap would alarm the prey. But its feet are more than just snowshoes for muck. Those floppy-looking feet can morph into sinewy clamps, with one of the toes opposable like our thumbs so that the feet can grip rocks. And they provide perfect balance if the heron wants to stand on one leg. That leg of theirs is a wonder of fluid strength. I used to think that this joint on a heron was the knee. It's not. The knee is hidden in the plumage, and what we see is actually an ankle. Well, whatever you want to call it, it affords herons the ability to step onto hip-high boulders like they're strolling up a ramp, or ooze through the water in a squat. gliding like water over pebbles. If we tried that, we'd look like injured penguins. The yellow-crowned is only a couple feet tall, somewhere between the stride-up tall boulder's great egret and the glide-in-a-squat green heron. Its legs are the perfect height. Crustaceans hang out within a few feet of the bank, so no need for long legs if the prey is less than a couple feet deep. And no need for a longer neck either. The yellow-crowned is at hunt crustaceans height.